Testing mic 1 2 1 2. Hey, testing mic 1 2 1 2. Hey guys, you are welcome to my channel. My name is Sawa, and I gotta shake it off because I have actually come across a funny video that the kids were watching and they were making a lot of fun. It was about some lady. I always see her, but I thought it was, they have they have movies that they have presidents that pretend it's like, oh, pretend to be a president because it's like a look-alike, things like that. So I always say, oh man, this is so funny, they are doing look-alike videos for the general public. So it's so really funny. Like I've seen videos of Joe Biden and I'm like, how many Joe Bidens are there? And I'm like, well, some people are just only doing the look-alike funny videos just so they can gain popularity and literally popularity so that they can just fun kids fun stuff. So like I said, I was like, wait, how many Joe Bidens are there? If when you watch these funny videos, you see one that Joe Biden literally have a bald head all the way, and at the bottom of the head is where he have hair. And there's another Joe Biden that have all gray hair all throughout, but it's short. And they have another one that is young Joe Biden that have a square forehead and his blonde hair. So I'm always asking, like, how many Joe Bidens are there? These kids are always making fun about it. So the same thing, I went ahead and I saw this lady that somebody called Terrence. Somebody made a video, very funny video, and I said, well, this is a play from the this is a play, like a movie, a real scene from a movie. So now, guys, before I dive in, let's go ahead and give a little bit prayer because I let's give a prayer, okay? Close your eyes. 5 minutes silence. Not even five. Let's do it a quick one. Amen. So yes, guys, I don't watch TV, you know, because I feel like it programs your mind. And my TV wall too, something happened to it. I really don't watch it because I have that notion that it programs my mind. Seriously, like I said before, I hug people that are sick and automatically I get sick. It's like I something happened with me. So every time I'm with somebody sick or anything, I have to pray for them for me to heal myself. You see what I mean? Like, okay, God, please. And that's it. To cut it out from my life, so I don't see it again. Something like that. So I did. I didn't see this video. Just right before we get in, I saw this video of a lady, and like I said, I was very intrigued. So I said, let me dive deeper and just watch. I was going to the grocery store, and can you imagine? I went to the grocery store. My card was even messed up. I had to change the new card and all that stuff. But before I got to the grocery store, I sat in my car and I was like, let me check which lady is this? Is it even a joke or because I feel like as a government system, when kids are doing stuff like this, it's something that we need to address because it's not good. We're making fun of presidential candidates and all that stuff. Meanwhile, they went to school, they've spent all their money and everything, they bought seats and stuff to get to where they are. So we have to at least give them the respect that we give to doctors, nurses, and all those people that are out there. So let me go ahead and give you one. So I saw this video, and it was a young guy, and the young guy had jerry curls. And so I saw on the right hand side a lady too have jerry curls and a little bit tip with blondes on it. And the ladies, every time I see her, the videos that they put in it out there, she's looking like purple makeup. She likes purple makeup and stuff like that. So, and I was intrigued. So what I went ahead and I did a little bit search, and what I saw was the lady already put her. She said she's the first, every time, the first LGBTQ to ever be in the White House, something like that, guys. The first LGBTQ to be on the they said to be on the in the White House. So, guys, this is where we need to speak and talk. And this is a little bit scenario that I'm about to tell you. And you're going to learn some lessons from this. You understand? My grandmother said, when I was young, Sarah, I used to dance. I used to wear my shorts and dance, just happy, fun, and everything. But now I got older. The things that I wanted to do, I just can't do it anymore. And the things that I did, some of them, when I look back at it, I tell myself, why did I do that? Because one, it's things that it I cannot tell others that I made an inspirational viewpoint on them. It's things that sometimes I regret. It's things that I'm like, well, why would you regret anything in your life when you know your life is calculated fully? This is how I thought. But I don't really ask her that. So she would say all these things when I was young. I used to do this, I used to do this, but now I'm older. It's like, and I said, yeah. You know what grandma was doing? She's literally saying when she was young, she used to think at her lowest conscience level. But now that she's older, she's thinking on a high concentrated conscience level. You see? So she continued, she said all this and that's it. Now let me give you what happened. I was at work, one of the jobs. I was working. So we got a new person. When the new person came, I was like, "Oh, me? I am like the fun butterfly everywhere. I call almost. Let me give it to you. I have a big old green butterfly with ices all upon it. So I have it. Only one. I wanted two, but I have only one here at the end of my bed. And so I just, bubbly, laughing and everything around the house. Just to get excited and at the job too. Everybody I meet, hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And I talk to you, I smile, and then I move forward in my life. So the new person came, and when she came, she was tough. She has it all in. She really represents what she wants to say. So hey, this is me. I just come in, I work, I do my job and go. And I was like, oh hey, you new? He's like, yeah, I'm new. I said, yeah, I've been here for a while, this. So yeah. But the lady first, when she came, she wasn't really talking to me or talking to she wasn't talking to me. One, because I don't know, I feel like we were different, but I made her understand that I used to be at the gift shop. I mean, I used to work at the lowest level too. So hey, guess what, sis? Welcome. And so she feel comfortable. Everybody that I met, my my notion that I move in this world is, let me make you feel comfortable so you can see my vision, so that we don't end up fighting and argue with each other. Because on this planet, there's nothing that can help you move forward if you're always butting head with each other. So that's my viewpoint, my notion I work with. And this lady, she was nice talking to me. So one day she came and sat there. Hey Sarah, and I'm like, hey, so can I ask you a question? What do you think? What do you guys think about the topic of LGBTQ? You see? And I was like, huh? I want to know, because I want to know. And I said, why? And the lady was like, I want to know because, I am this, I am LGBT all the way. And I said, beautiful. Yeah, this is what I stand for and this is what I believe in. So she started raising her voice a little bit up high. And I was like, well, you know me, I have to tone it down for you to understand me. So she kept on, I am for this and I'm for this, because she went ahead and tell me a whole bunch of things that made her what she is. And I sat there, literally, the stuff that I wanted to say, I'm like, sweetheart, you came here ask me, what do I think about your sexual preference? And you want to go ahead and voice it out there so that I don't feel uncomfortable that this is who you stand for. And I said, this is the job, right? Guys, don't laugh. You know, guys, I was sitting there like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. This is a job. Yeah. And I was like, wait, you asking me this? Now I was like, well, biologically, when a woman sleep with another woman, biologically, let me just put that first part, we cannot bear a child. If it's two women sleeping together, biologically, it doesn't happen. If it's two men, biologically, it don't happen. You understand? So he said, "Oh yeah," and I said, "You accept that?" He said, "Yeah, but I can do insemination. They can do insemination, and I think the brother can go ahead and sleep with the girlfriend for the baby to be born, for the baby to be hers. Some stuff, something that something like that. Something." And I was like, "Oh well, you guys can do all that. Okay, that's fine." And I said, "But in my head, guys, the way the conversation went, the lady was going, and I said, I don't agree with it. She literally got upset and walk off. And she didn't get to hear my whole viewpoint. All she was saying is that I was discrimination because right there and then when she came and asked me that am I for LGBTQ, and I said no, that I was discrimination. And I said to myself, so I kept quiet. It spread around the whole building. It spread. So now this is the lady walking pissed off when she see me. And I'm telling myself, God, what is this? You understand? What is this? I haven't done nothing to this lady. She just came and asked me my viewpoint and I disagree. And now I'm the devil. God, why? And I pray, me, everything happened to me. I asked why and I pray and I said, let me move forward. So the lady got upset, real pissed off, literally. And then she just said, I'm prejudiced. I'm this. And I said, how can I be prejudiced because of you coming to me? And so I kept quiet. So the guy comes and tells me, Sarah, when another person that works there, Sarah, this person is saying all these things. They're saying you are racist. And I'm like, how am I racist? How am I prejudiced? And all because I am saying no to a question that somebody want to ask me. How do I sleep with my do I sleep with my boyfriend? And I said, no, that question is reverse. You know why I know it's reverse? Let me tell you some. Here you don't play. When it's on this courtroom, let me tell you why it's reverse. So the guy came and the guy was saying, I said, let me tell you why. You know, and the guy said, I said, Sarah is not racist, so she's not for that. Oh, you guys don't understand. The girl, you guys don't even talk to her. So how do you guys go around? Guys, I'm telling you, I feel like I was walking, I'm walking with a coat that has been soaked in ice cream and has been put in the fridge and it has caked and I'm wearing it outside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing there, technically standing there. Now, a new girl come in, making everybody say that I'm prejudiced because I did not agree with her viewpoint of her coming outside telling me that she's for this. And I said, well, that's not what I'm for. And I said, no. Now let me go back and give it to you as I talked to the guy. I said, no, let me tell you something. This thing is reverse. The way it's coming, it's not going to slide with me. How is this? You understand? When I go to work and I was applying for application for 30 years, 20 years, all these things, jobs, I didn't see in the application where they were asking me, are you heterosexual? I didn't see that. I didn't see it. You understand? And why were we not doing that? Because we were all under one notion that family prevails and family must move forward. That's where we were all under that notion. And we were also under the notion that we represent what God really stands for according to the laws and and what's in the Bible. You see, so that's where you ask yourself, this question. If you base your culture, the book, everything that you saying, you swear to the world that you believe in, in the Bible, it said it. It said it. So if it says do not do that, guys, I'm gonna tell you why I'm going to this topic. If it says do not do that, guess what? Then every president, everybody that swore in on the book, that raised the book, I don't know what book they raised, but they said it was Bible. They all lied to the general public. Because what's in the book is said, do not sleep with one. A man is not supposed to sleep with another man. It's in there. Why did you think all those people that fall under the cross in the Bible, those people who shed their blood, why did you think they sat down and wrote that? Do you think it was from the aspect of stupidity? Did you ever thought it was because they were lower conscience beings? Who taught you that? It was because they knew life must go on. There is a certain war upon this world that you do not see. And it's not a war. It's not a war. It's not a physical war. Of what? Of our conscience. But it's rather a spiritual war of our conscience and what we really stand for or what we represent. You understand? As the human family. Who do you stand for? And how I can disgrace you? What do you stand for? And how you cannot make it to the top? How is the game of the world played without you not seeing it? Do you understand the capacity of a man falling in a battle and not being able to come back home? Do you know how traumatized a child goes through when there's no father at home? Do you really understand? You understand? How a child is adopted and have to sit in a foster home for decades for somebody to come and adopt that child? Maybe you do not, because you have been programmed on a level, a lower conscious level, to think that it's okay to go around and disrespect other people's viewpoint just because of your sexual preference. You see, that teaches you how low mindset, lower level thoughts that we have come to. It does. Let me tell you why. Give me a second and I will be back. Let me drink on this. I need some water real quick. All right. All right, guys. All right, guys. So, where I ended you is, let me pull my shirt up. Guys, where I'm trying to go with you is this. The culture that is being done in your face is not, it was not heading to the right culture. So a lot of things have bent. You see, I said when you bend, you kneel in love. You rise as the truth. When you stand as the truth, you become a living legend. Do you know what a living legend stands for? Even though you are gone, everything you invented, everything you said, it came to present, and it continued to live. That's what living legends are for. So let me go back and tell you this. So the lady come and the question, I asked the lady, sweetheart, this is not, it's not even about that. Let's not go there. Let me tell you why this is wrong. And that was not right. It's like two women trying to live in the same household. Two women trying to live in the same household theology. Do you know that that don't exist? What theology are you basing this upon? Because mine is only upon two women trying to live in the household. It doesn't exist. Why doesn't that exist? Look, they said it's going to be only about love. And I tell them, you are a joke. Sweetheart, it doesn't exist. You will continue it, but somewhere you will lose your culture. You see, culture was based upon, like I told you, a male, female, and a child. That's the only way the culture produces. If not, your culture becomes a virus that it gotta eat upon other people's culture for it to become bigger. It gotta destroy other people's sons and daughters before it become bigger. That culture is scary culture. You understand? So now let me go ahead and give it to you one more time. Get this one. Punch it. It's in the air. Power. You understand? The thing is, the lady, I said, I am a work. Let me give you why you have to understand. I'm a work. You understand? I'm a working. You come and ask me. You didn't ask me about the job, my responsibility. You said, let me ask you a personal question. And the question is, this is who I am. Will you accept me working here? That's my life. Sweetheart, I don't own this business. I'm not the boss. If you come here with your tongue and boobs strapped tied up, that's up to you. So that one, I have nothing to say to you. But what I got to say to you is my sexual preference have nothing to do with you. My ideology about who, where, when, how I want it, it has nothing to do with you. Focus on yourself because you think you find the answer to your own sexual preference. So you're willing to go out there and give it to all those people that have questions. But I don't have a question, sweetheart. I don't have a question. I stand as the truth. I don't want to have no baggage with me that I have to always explain myself. This is what I'm for and this is how I am. No, I don't. Certain people are there like me. And first, this was the game that was played behind the curtains. Let me give it to you. And that is when it was there that we said, no, we don't want this. It's going to destroy our family. And we stop it. The other culture picks it up and says, then I'm going to change it and tell you, this is my viewpoint. Do you agree? And if you don't agree, you become the bad one. I said, no, you are doing a TikTok with me. Boom in your head. That TikTok game is over for me. And I first catch my dot on my leg, nearly slash, about to come off. You understand? That means I walk with a stroke. And let no man stand around and tell me they know how my footsteps can be calculated. I move in the pattern that when you stand behind me, you cannot say it's cricket. You cannot say it's straight. But the only answer you're going to give is, it's in the shape, all right? And it is beautiful. Let me tell you something. So where the lady came at me was this. And I said, no, it's a TikTok game. Don't play with me. Because I'll tell you, I got the biggest time clock sitting in my home. That's my bees. You understand? So I was like, no, the way this thing is going is not good. Because first, this was what was happening. The majority of the people were saying, we are against this, we are against this, we are against it. So how they went to the back trying to make people agree to the whole situation was, let me come and tell you this is who I am. And if you don't agree, then it's on you. It's a monopoly game, a checker box. And I said, no, this is a bad game. You understand? But guess what I stand for? That never lie. The truth, I tell it and I'm gone. And if you can't handle it, whatever. It's up to you. So I was like, well, this is what I stand for. I'm telling you, the lady got pissed off. So now when I go back and I say, there's a lot of people at jobs, businesses that are saying, well, I came with you my sexual preference. This is who I am. And if you don't agree with me, then you the devil. This is it. And I said, do you guys go around pulling your underwears, telling everybody, come look in it because I don't have nothing in my underwear? Do you guys go around pulling your pants off just like it happened? I said, man, this is like what happened in let me give you some country that got flooded. I said, because everybody was showing it fly. Let's see what it looks like. And then guess what? When it was given to them and everybody got to pull the pants off, everybody was sitting back there saying, oh, Lord. You understand? I said, that's how the game is going. So you got to think. When it comes at you on the laptop, you got to bend your knees down and say, no, that's a dodge. You tell me. You see, if you showing all this out there, you see, the game that will come back to you is not going to be on the game. That you are not, that you think you can escape it. It's going to come back to you on the game that you have pointed it out that you cannot get yourself out. That's how it is. Learn to have an escape mind, guys. If you are here on my channel, learn to have an escape mind. Escape from things that are proposed to you that you seem as if I don't do this and tell and voice my whole opinion out there, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna side with me. This was what's going on. Children were going to school. You hear it on the news. If I'm gonna tell you guys this is what we are, and if y'all not gonna accept it, then that means that you guys don't want freedom. Y'all don't want freedom of speech. And I'm like, when did sex, guys? I'm telling you, when did sex become part of of us being taken care of in our community? It's almost like an excuse for the government to use to gain what? Vote. Certain political parties to gain vote. It's almost like an excuse for certain political parties to blindside people from actually having a mental conscience education. Do you understand? When did sex become so part of our conscience, of what is good for our society, for our education system, for those to come, that, guess what? When did they become part of it? Just think about when. Do you know the age that a child must grow before they have sex? Do you know that? Let me tell you. It starts, some people, when is it? 16, 18, 19. Some even start late, 25. So that means sex is the almost like the last thought of conscience, growing one level to the second level to that. That's the last part. The kissing haven't even happened. That's the last part. So that should not even be the first decision or the first title or the first label to be put out there for the world to say, yes, then you are for us. No. So every time I open this, they are like, well, because I'm for this one. So therefore, guess what? Everybody must vote for me. That means the person already put their last bottom self out there before everything can be what? Can be known about the person. You see, it's almost like you are trying to say this person was entertaining folks. So therefore, they are a joke. It's almost like saying this person was a mechanic, so therefore they are experienced in what they do. Some mechanics, you go out there, guess what? Your car never gonna be fixed because some of them they don't know, and some, guess what? They're gonna take a long time because the very thing that they gotta fix, they have it stuck on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A lot of cars that they're not paying attention to want to finish it. So it's almost like an endless race, an endless battle. Just a second, guys. Do you hear what I'm saying? Let's not go ahead because we think we have finished the title, the titles. This is what have happened to this is what I'm telling you. People think they have finished the titles of first. They have already finished the titles of first so much that they are now willing to give the title of first to things that don't deserve to have titles of first. Do you understand? People think this way. And because we as a society, as a community, we have hold the status of inferior versus superiority, smarter versus dumber, ugly versus beauty. We have concentrate our thoughts, our generations upon separation, between, separation all the time. That this notion has grown a tree within our hearts. You understand? Let me throw it up in the air, punch it. Yes, this cycle of I have to put it out first. So who's the second? Who's gonna be the third? And who's gonna be the fourth and the fifth? Why is it like this? Oh, the second LG, the fourth. Until now, our girls, our everybody coming on the stage, you gotta put it out there. Are you for this or are you for not? So now, guess what's happening? Sex is something that people hold dearly, and the society, the community, the government. If they do this, that means they have stuck on top of that, because sex is something that people have to have. So if they base the elections upon sexual preference, you always want to have that within a representative who stands for you. That's not good. Because just because somebody is so entitled, huh, to always wanting sex in everything, one day you are going to have the wrong girlfriend, the wrong husband. And now, how you going to leave this one? You have put it all up there. You understand? You want the whole world to know I'm the first of this. So that means even if I was an LGBT person that follows these people that say they are the first, if I'm the fifth one, I don't even want to say why, because I realize, hey, I got a fifth level, man. I'm supposed to be the first. That's not a good title. You are late in the game. I will be pissed off. You see, when they start creating these things, I tell them all the time. When you guys start to follow a pattern, let me put this out there so that this person will say, "Well, I opened the door for this. I became this. I was this." Hey, time to grow up, kids. Time to grow up. If you are here on my channel, supporters, time to wise up. Time to stand up. Hey, you may be whatever you may have the best sexual preference. Maybe you like it all. Hey, kudos to you. You understand? Because you like to do a lot of scaling. Kudos to you. But what you need to understand is the person behind you who is even in your own line, your own zone. You just literally dumb them down. How long have you all been dumbed down? Well, it's the slave and it was the master. Think about it. It was the slave and the master. It became the doctor and the patient. It became the prisoner and the guard. It became what? The officer in the trucks. So now, let me give it back to you again on some low level stuff. Now, what happened is, whenever you go and do voting, people are checking who is for this sex. Who is for this sex? And these females stand in front of the world and say, I'm proud of it. Sweetie, there ain't nothing pretty to be proud of that. That's your sexual preference. You are only posing insecurities to the world. And if you're insecure, the whole world know, because whenever you stand in front of the world and start speaking, all that you say is what? My this, my that. No. You speak with confidence. How people gain respect from you, when somebody point that out, you say to them, that's my sexual preference. And you're not supposed to bring that in public of what I stand and what I do. They tell you, well, you got to come out of the closet. You're like, who built the closet? Tell me, is it you or me? There ain't no closet. There was never a closet. You see, the programming is teaching you to think you are in the box. Who said you are in the box? You are always out of the box. But you're not concentrating very well and not literally being visualizing who you really stand for. That's why you're going around always thinking it's like a survivor, a victim mentality. You've been a victim forever. So now that you come out not being a victim, guess what you want to say? I want to tell everybody that no, baby. If you're going to do that, make sure whatever you are saying, whatever you're about to tell, is going to help the person that is on your 60 time generation to come, the person that is 70 time your generation to come, the person that's going to represent you when you're not there, and not always have to say, well, it was about the sex. Look, you want me to tell you? This is what happened. Whenever you are sent, you are down here with all the girls. Now you are playing all the boys. You are playing everything. You're good. Now you grow up there, you got your seat, your body, you gain it. And guess what you say? Ah, I just want the whole world to do this. You're like, every time we are like, what's going on up there? Things don't sound right. It's just like your mom telling you, okay, baby girl, I just made it home and you gotta go and show me what you represent. And then you go standing in front of the whole world and tell the whole world, I'm this. Is that what you represent? It's a joke. You see, but who do we blame as a society, as a community? We have allowed ourselves to get to that point. Your sexual preference, guys, you look, you guys could have dressed up, do all that stuff, do it, whatever, do it. Beautiful, right? But do not make these folks make laws upon your sexual preference. It's gonna hurt you later. You're not thinking. I laugh at folks all the time. I say, you're not thinking. Because when laws are created upon your sexual preference, your sexual preferences is always going to be in the box. It will never come outside. And if you think you're going to stay in that closet forever, everywhere you go, just like the girl that came to me, I'm this. And I wanted you to know this is what I am. So I guess if you don't go ahead and agree with me, and I guess we can work together next to each other, because I feel like that means you discriminating. And I'm like, ah. So you see, how do people that are heterosexuals even work at the job? Because now you are shut up. Now you have no freedom of speech, because if somebody come and ask you and you said no, guess what they said? No, you're not for this party, you're not for this culture, and you prejudiced and you this, so I can't talk to you. So you look around like, no, man, dumb down is too much. Sorry, dumb down is too much. Hey, if you are here on my channel, I only give advice. I preach. I read the Bible. I love God. Whoever made me, I say thank you. Why? Because He gave me a sight to see when I had no sight. You gave me a voice to speak when I have no voice. Therefore, I give you praise, because you are the King. That's it. You understand? So these people go around and do these things. And what I'm trying to bring your attention to, take notes, is one, think of the incidents I have. How somebody just come and ask you innocent answer. Question. I'm for this. What do you think? Are you for that? I just wanted to go ahead and voice it out there for everybody to know this is what I am for, and I am. Because if anybody wanna understand, this is how it was. If anybody wanna understand, guess what? This is what I stand for. And I'm like, who is asking? That's the question. Who is asking? Everybody. Who is asking? When somebody come and ask you, you're not supposed to even give that person an answer. Tell them, do you want to be with me? Not even, you have to say, why, what makes you ask me this question? What makes you think you can come and ask me a personal question? If somebody come and ask you that, just give it to them. Hey, that's my privacy. I'm not supposed to do that. You see, they have based the culture upon all these things. That our children now, if you go to school, if you go to middle school, high school, oh my God, I'm going to tell you, high school, I knew a boy that literally, oh my God, the boy have to come and voice it out too. This is who I am. And everybody looking like, okay, so what happened? So it's like now all the kids that is saying no, no, if they don't agree with it, guess what happened? They are not being nice to that kid. This thing is scary. You see, the agenda that you think it is there, you have no idea. The way I see things and I look at things, I'm telling you, I'm like, I'm thinking 5,000 years ahead. And sometimes you sit down and you said, are they really? It's a game. That's all you gotta say. It's a game. And who's next? It's a game. Who's next? Because if this is reality, then the reality is a little bit distorted. Yes, because now look, first we not. Let me tell you, it's almost, this is what's gonna happen. It's going to bring the image of saying this. How do you call it? Defamation of characters. A lot of people's characters are going to be destroyed for the sake of just this little mistake. Because every time somebody come in, we go ahead and say this. Oh, if you ain't for this, then you're not with those people. Oh, this person came in. She was working on business. Do you know how what I went through? Let me tell you, at a place that I went and work, where everybody said, why did they hired me in that department, that place? Why? This is the question they said. Why did you guys hired her? Why? Because she just came from the bottom. And I'm looking around. They said, guys, this ain't a joke. It's a real life story. They said she just came from the bottom over there. She was only this person. I can't believe you guys have hired her here trying to train her. And this is me going around begging. So I was like, wait, you see, what I didn't tell those folks, I always do this a lot. I try to hide my background for the longest in everything that I do. I'm like, because it's not for me to share with you if me and you, if I don't see you eye to eye. If I have a simple conversation and you cannot comprehend and give me an answer, you don't need to know my background. You don't need me to tell you my whole record, because me and you, when I listen closely to you, you are only speaking from a first level of thoughts. Mean our conversation will not last. You will break and you're gonna bring somebody's words inside gossip. You're going to break and bring somebody's relationship, and I don't want that. So if I can get past certain conversation, even 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes conversation with you, I break and back off. Why? Because your level of conscience is not up there for me to sit and talk to you. So, yeah, this is what they said. Well, maybe because she came from the bottom, we don't want to help her. No, no, no. This is how they said it. You came from the bottom, everything. Well, she's the first to ever come from this place to here. And I'm sitting there looking at them like, who said I was the first? Do you know where I have work? Do you know things I've, do you know what it is? If I break down my background to you, you'll feel like I am even more experienced than the person trying to teach you. But I have to be quiet. Why? Because I have this humble, I have this humble mentality that I walk with. I sell myself affirmation every single day, and that is this: I am humble, I am kind. Let no man sit and tell me that I'm arrogant. I am only a student and I'm here to learn. What I don't know, please teach me. If I made a mistake, I'm sorry. I'm only here to learn. Let me move forward. And this is how you had to walk. This is how I was walking. And even if I know, I never tell somebody I know it all. No, no, no. That you only become arrogant to what is called intelligence, because you can never expand your level of thoughts. You see, you cannot expand your level of thinking when you always think of yourself as highly and you know everything. No, you cannot. So you have to always, when you meet someone, lower yourself down consciously and talk to them and think. And then now, as you guys are speaking, that's when you build up on your conversation. And I saw it. I literally saw a lot of women make these mistakes too. And I saw a lot of men make these mistakes as well. And now you're seeing in general public making this mistake. And this is why I'm talking about it. Do not put your last self there. That everybody always come to your last self. And then later on you want to bring your upper self. Guess what they do? Nobody respect that. It doesn't even matter. People roll their eyes at you. Why? Because now they are like, you are a joke. It's called defamation of character. When somebody could come there and said, no, you know what? I have this record. I've worked at this place. I have this education background. I've done this. I've done this. I've done this. Then we said, okay, this is where every time something, let me give you an example. I'm going to tell you right now, sorry guys, you're going to take this and you can do whatever with it, but you are here on my channel. Look at what's happening in the presidential, what happened even last 2 years or something when Trump, let me give you an example of that man. When Trump was trying to become a president, guess what happened? It was the most funniest thing ever. Everybody brought that he had a show that was him talking to somebody Rose, forgot the lady's name, some Rose lady, the black lady. Everybody was saying Trump and Rose. She was, yeah, with the Rose lady, she's an entertainer, but she's an entertainer for the billionaire, entertainer for the billionaire. So when this thing was said about the gentleman, let me tell you what happened. I was watching, me, I look at it and I was like, this is so funny. His show, they're gonna make his show up to him when he gets to the top. But anyways, let me put it up on the side. So I'm looking at this thing now. I was like, this guy is so funny. You see what they're doing to him? So the defamation of character started to build up. Just like his show happened to him, it happened to him in the White House when he was there. But I don't think he know. You see what I'm telling you? So this is what I'm telling you. Consciously, whatever you're doing, because you don't see it on the first level, it come back around second, third, but it don't present itself as maybe the show. It present itself something bigger. You see, so learn to come out of it and escape those cycles. You see, so everybody was saying the guy was an entertainer. Meanwhile, I don't know, I've never seen the guy's resume, but meanwhile, you go and read his resume. If you guys say he's a billionaire, he probably had resume, right? That had shown that he has, I don't know if does he have a degree, because nobody said that he has a business degree ever. We always said was he was an entertainer. So sitting here, I have to even go check, because guess what? I didn't even know that the guy have a degree. Does he? Because now, if he's a billionaire, let me tell you guys what He has done a lot of deals that have won him the judgment between the deals that had gotten him that much of money. Because the general public, when you're trying to make it to that extent, maybe you couldn't. So how did he get there? That is a record that if nobody can beat, he's not supposed to be judged upon some stupidity aspect on the side. And if he did not go through that he didn't make all those deals, maybe he was transferred because his family was rich and all that stuff. But guess what? The money was only transferred from family to family because those the family people have poured in for that person to be there. Just like when Jesus, you tell me your Jesus is here, he's not supposed to go through the pain and sorrow that he went through. Why? Because his grandchildren are not supposed to. Why? Because he paved way. He was innocently accused and killed, sent to the cross for no reason. So his kids, grandchildren, all of it are not supposed to be there because it was a sin for those that sent him there or her there. All these things. You understand? So this is where it comes in, that you are not supposed to go ahead and put other people's first last character there. Tell the whole world. Okay, it's example. If we, let's say, let me give you one another example. Oh, let me give you an example. Oh, this person is probably they are like they always call women bad name. This woman is probably this person, and now she is now on stage trying to preach. Do you see how terrible it is? And you tell folks, how you gonna tell somebody they used to work on the street and now they are up here trying to preach? What a church, when you come in there, guess what it is? It's all that have no hope that said, okay, let me go in the church and gain some hope. It's people that have lost folks, people that have went through that. Some people just come in there to listen to word of encouragement. That's why they are there. How do you do that? Do you understand? How do you say that? Well, this person is pointed out because of this. That's why they're not. No, that's where the government is wrong on that level. And I keep telling these folks, oh my God, guys, if you're on my channel, when you meet these folks up there, tell them you don't go to church trying to tell that the preacher or the singer over there used to work at the strip mall. They have changed their life. That's why they are here. You, as a government facility, you're not supposed to come and tell us, this is what I am. That's why I'm here. You just degraded your, you just, it's like level of conscience right now is hard to find. I'm telling you. So you don't not supposed to do that before you get up there. Don't put your last self first before you get up there. You will defamate the characters of everybody that's behind you for everybody that's to come. Now, if I'm a billionaire and I want to come up there, guess what they're going to say? Well, she used to be entertainer. That's what they're going to say because Donald Trump used to be. Do you see all these things? It defamates all our characters. It destroys the image of all what we all stand for. You see what we represent. And it's not always about you. It's about everybody that come in there. You understand? It's about everybody that comes in there too. So this is where the government always make mistake. Because now when I fill application, I want to see what they say. Are you heterosexual or homosexual or this sexual? So I can check one on there. You see, who does that? Who does that? So now, guess what happened? They go ahead and put these things out there. I'm the first to do it. Next time, guess what? We should put a stripper there. The first stripper to put her ass up there is, guess what? Is now representing the whole world. And hey, I gotta go get a job and tell these folks. I am. I'm coming over there. Serious, because look, somebody gotta stop what's going on. That game, that government system, that culture that stand for us, We must allow ourselves to say no. We need to go ahead and talk to somebody about how we need setting changes done, but bringing the changes like this out there for folks to follow. You guys are not changing us. You see, so this example, I'm going to give it to you. Let's backtrack on some tools. Let me tell you this. You understand? If this is what's going on, you already know the government system is a culture. I told you, it's a culture, and that's their culture. So you got to make your own culture. But you see, because we allow ourselves to be dumbed down so much, we didn't create a culture that one cannot just come in there and give you rules. That's where monarch was good on the side of culture. Because now monarchs, if somebody is a monarch or whatever, you're not able to go out there and just judge them like that. They are actually over their own laws. You see? They are over their own laws. So the government and the monarch separated was the best thing. You see, it was the best thing because now you are like, wait, I don't agree with the culture here. This is my culture. I'm a monarch. I'm a king. I'm a queen. This is my culture, my monarch culture. We have our own set of rules and laws. That don't have nothing to do with us. See, that's what was also happening with the Aborigines. Aborigines in Australia and them. That's what was happening with all these Aborigines and all that. Why? Because a place where they do not hold their their authority under the government system, they are deemed as a threat to the community. Why? Because they can make their own laws and nobody can bridge upon it. So modern society, modern civilization came into an agreement that no, we have to stop culture, we have to stop this. So what we will do is this: let's pull the carpet underneath these folks. Food was hard for aborigines and all that stuff. They go there, tell them you need to get some shots. I remember I told you guys when polio came and I was in Africa, guys, it was sad. You understand? It was sad what went through. But this is something that we gotta keep it shush. Very sad and terrible. So this is what I'm telling you. They pulled this carpet because your ancestors had a culture that didn't have to do with the government system. That's your culture. You were under certain rules that you could do liberate yourself, your mindset and thoughts from this. This one is like a Babylon. Where it's a cycle system where it continues over. That never stop. So you walk till your shoes fell off. It continue forever. You understand? So how do you go about this? How do you go about this? That's what you were supposed to. You now have to create a culture for yourself, a culture for family, a culture. You have to create a culture that breaks you out of even this system now. Seriously, if you are listening to me, you and family have to get together. When somebody's in need, call and help. If you're going to be a car police officer, hey, this is what, you have to say, okay, now this is how the culture. We got to stand up for each other. This is family. Hey, are you okay? Yes. Did you call me? Yes. Who is there? Yes. Okay, let's move forward. That's it. We got by yesterday. Everybody was happy. We ain't fighting with each other. Let's move forward. But guess what? We are going with truth, love, and understanding. That's it. That's it. Because if you put your last self out there, everybody looked at you as what? They don't look past that. You see, let me tell you why I'm telling you I know this, because I've done it and I saw the results. Yes, I met certain folks. I told you that, they were, oh, nice, this. But guess what? They cannot have educated conversation with you unless you pose yourself as something terrible. I'm telling you. Yes. I met folks that I was like, wow, to be able to speak to these folks, you have to technically put yourself out there as something nasty, something bad for them to talk to you. Because what was happening was they don't speak to you if you're not going to talk about somebody showing their butthole out there, or somebody, guys, when I got to the certain places, I was like, why are those so entertaining, excited and laughing on common cell phone and the things they're seeing, and they left 24/7, and I was like, why are they doing this? So how do you talk to these folks? They always want you to say something that is funny for them to sit and laugh. So whenever you are going through this, what do you say? This is me. I say this. Oh God, I gotta lower my conscience for these folks so I can have a simple conversation. How do I do this? And that is, oh yeah, I used to dance and I used to do this, I used to do that, and I used to do this, yeah, and I'm that, yeah. And then they are like, yeah, girl. Or, oh hey, what's up? So yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I used to do all that. And then they are like, yeah. So, and that's when you hear them, you listen to them. And then they break up and they tell you everything. Oh yeah, this, and I'm like, so when I was sitting there, studying my book, guys, listen. When I was sitting there studying my books, when I come there quiet, do my job and go, when I didn't say anything and just go, you were not gonna speak to me. No one was gonna talk. But when I represent myself as a fool, when I represent myself as a fool, as idiot, as arrogant, then somebody wants to associate with me. But their way of association is only through pain and arrogance. Because if I'm representing myself as a fool, I'm an arrogant person. And that's how you connect, by laughing with somebody on somebody's pain, on somebody's ideology that don't make sense that you laughing about. That's where you connect with me on. Then we cannot be friends. So look, so I was with stuff. I knew people that even though I was with them, I didn't say these folks I were my friend. I was friends with them from what they wanted me to present to them to feel comfortable for me to be around them. Do you get it? But my actual comfortable, beautiful, amazing self, I never ever wanted to share with them. Why? Because it can only destroy that part of me. And that part is sacred. So I'll give them what they want, all right? What is it? Do you want to, yeah. Oh yeah, this is what I am. And then later I'm like, I have no clue. Well, they said, well, that's a lie. He said, no, that's not a lie. Because I was there with you. I studied my book. I did this. You don't respond to me. I try to say hi. I was like, hey, how you doing? Everything? No. But when I said I'm a fool, everybody came. So that means you guys didn't like my first self, my original self. You wanted my bamboozle self. And if you're gonna catch that, that is cold. Because after I give it to you and I walk away, you realize You were the fool the whole time. You had no idea who I am. The whole time, you did not know what I represent. The whole time, you did not understand how to communicate. You were blind. Do you understand? I give you my first self. I am love, I am truth, and I'm kind. I mean, I don't have it all. You understand? I don't have it all. I'm like you. Show me who you are, and I can repeat your character back to you. But this is what I am. You see, I may have looked like what you see. This is not it. Everything is all crumbled down. Just like they said, it's a gold, it's a yellow bus. You understand? It's a gold yellow bus. A lot of people do not know how many passengers are in this bus. Some people sits in there, said we went to school. Some people said we helped push it. Some people said we helped teach it. Others said we just discovered how it moves. You understand? But what the bus really represents was a woman whose world was turned upside down for the sake of lies to prevail. Lies did prevail for decades. But at the end, a light did shine. You may not know how beautiful she is. One only see her as a broken record. But if you put the record together, if you put the records together, if you decided to find all those missing pieces to the record, people said it's hiding here by the sea. Others said it's hiding there in the forest. Others said we cannot find it. But why are they searching so hard to find it? Why? Why would this woman's record be so hidden? Why would this woman hide everything about herself and present only the part of herself that others just don't understand? I will tell you why. She only do this because she's seen it before. She have seen that a lot of people just don't like the truth. A lot of people are willing to live in a lie for a long time. So she's willing to sit next and listen to you with all your lies, with all your distrust, everything you say. And after that, she show you who she truly is that of a judge. When the judge have to listen to all sides of story and had to choose between What story sounded good? What story really made logical sense? When I weigh the scales between yay and nay, who really picked up the purple flag? You see, a lot of people decide to always pick it up in a hurry and run, but that they only get shown a red card. The referee only blows a red whistle. It's a foul. It's a foul. Who is the dead chicken? Do you want it to be you? Because the woman never wanted to be her. Because of this notion, she learned lessons from a lot of people's mistake. She learned to move in her own mistakes as well. What else can one ask for? What else can one ask for? You understand? Do not make a lifestyle, a lifetime mistakes. No. Whatever mistake you're making now, it's time to solve it. You understand? It's time to say, I see the light and I need to cut it off. Defamation of characters are rising everywhere. If it's happening to me, it was everywhere. It happened throughout the whole government system. Can you imagine? The people were complaining of somebody's hands being short. You are like, whatever this culture is, it's not cute. Now it's dirty. It's not cute because you guys are complaining of people's hands being short. When did physical aspect of people become part of the government system? When did people? When? It's like going to church and saying, I'm listening to the preacher, but the way the preacher is preaching, his voice is so annoying. You make no sense. Why are you there? If it's annoying you, get out of there. Go to another church. You understand? Get out of there. Go to another church. Guys, sexual preferences is the last thing to come through the door if you have to deliver a vote. What have to come through the door is one, manners is all part of it. Look at your child's scale of how she raised or he raised, how she was coming up. Okay, I know that my child is always crying that she needs milk and sugar and all that stuff. So the government that's coming have to help with what? Financially, mothers and this that are going through this. Okay, I know that my son is always saying that then I need to do it on the fifth level conscience. And then you go cast a vote. But not that is the last part. And when you always do this type of voting, you are only exposing your children to a culture that is only going to keep them enraged in the bottom of their conscience, sexual bottom of their conscience that they are not able to elevate mentally. Every time they have to say, well, because of this. You see how the lady come after me if I told you this, you will not believe it. And I was like, whoa, this is tough. That came from nowhere. You understand? And the lady was from one of the islands. You see, I've met so many. I think well, I when I was working at Target, one of the stores, a lady came from nowhere. She was shopping, I think. And she said, "What's your name?" And I said my middle name to her. She said, "Oh, in my culture, it means God." And I was like, "Oh, really?" She said, "Can I put this around you, please?" And I was like, "What?" She had the Hawaiian flowers and everything, and she placed it all around my neck. And I was like, "Whoa!" I was so excited. I was like, "Wow, this is beautiful." You see that right there, that appreciation. I was working so hard, just working, cleaning the store back and forth, 24 hours, just working. And she came from nowhere and gave me this around my neck and said, "Thank you very much." And I was like, okay, that was that was long time ago. That was, when was that? Something before all these the elections and all that stuff. And so she said she was from Hawaii. I was like, "Oh, okay." He said, "Thank you very much." And you don't understand. I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." You see, so then this lady come back to me attacking me about over this issue, and she was from the same. So when I think about it, I was like, man, that lady was so nice when she came and bring me all these feminine, all these things, and then now this one comes through trying to bamboozle me with the same cycle. But this time it's not through flowers and pretty. This one is like, no, man, I don't stand for that. You understand? I don't stand for that. So, what I'm trying to tell you, do not get upset when you are LGBTQ, whatever you are, your sexual preference, whatever you are. Stop it. Do not get upset over there. You only show your weakness when you start being so upset about, oh, they're saying this, I'm in for this. No, you are being at your lowest thinking. Yes, you are. You see, you are. Why are you upset about your personal business? Because you put it out there. And when you put it out there, you are only inviting worms. You're only inviting worms and negativity back into your life. You see, so these kids, they come up and say, "Well, we all gotta come out of the closet." I said, who is doing this culture to these kids? We all gotta come out of the closet. It's time to tell the truth, right? If we are gonna tell the truth, these folks only come out and come out of the closet, like they want to put it out there. It's because maybe they join a culture that wants them to do that, degrade them. Or this is a form of something that's not nice. I'm telling you, if somebody wants you to go out there and present your sexual self out there like that, I'm sorry, sweetheart. It's not nice. You're not gonna hear from me saying that that's cute. No, because I feel like you are only going to allow other people's culture to come into our personal business. This is how the government picks it up. Okay, now you guys said it's okay for you to put everything out there that this is what you want. Now we come back at you. You are all going to allow everybody to read your medical record when you go outside. Then everybody gets scared. My medical record, yes. Now, when you go outside, even the lady selling the chicken, she can pull your record up and say, "Sir, your temperature is high, so you cannot come to my store." Ah. And then you look around, you are like, "Wait, that's my medical stuff." Yeah, sir, put a mask on. It says that you have pneumonia before, and you are coming to my store, sir. You see how it is? Because you have allowed it in your culture so much that now people are not shy anymore. People's record are not. It's not something to hide no more. So now guess what we are walking around here for? We are naked. We are all naked walking around at this place, meaning we went back to diapers. Who is supposed to put diapers on us, making these children run around like this? Tell me. Who is supposed to put diapers on our kids that they are running around like this? Running around, no clothes on, telling the whole world everything. Oh, the same thing. I was telling you, I said, no, it's like your brothers around you are laughing at you. Your sisters around you are laughing at you. Why? Because look at what happened. Let people speak good words of you. You were a good sister. When you came back, oh, sister, God bless you. When you came back, your journey, God bless you, sister. May God help you. May God, may whatever that you do, not even, if people don't even use God, tell you, hey, may whatever that you do in life become prosperous. That itself is a word of blessings upon your life. Don't let people say, you see, maybe this lady putting it all out there. I'm GB, whatever. Maybe she's so nice. She has a record of education. Bam, 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 bam. But she has not put that out there. So as a voter, I'm like, no. She needs to go and tell those folks putting these things out there, please, no. Put my record there that maybe I'm the first spokeswoman for the White House. But don't put it over there that I am the what? This sex before what I stand for. You see? Because it's defamation. It is defaming my character. It's it literally their sex, her sex part have been raised so high and all her education has been covered. That's bad. You see, this is where lawsuits must come in. If I was here, I would sue everybody from the bottom from my I think God knows why he didn't take me through the law side part because I will be going around suing everybody. Hey, these people need lawsuit. Let me give it to the head. These folks need lawsuit. That's all I will be doing. Lawsuit everywhere. Let's go to the court. Let the judge hear it. Judge, please explain this. How do we fix this? Yes. I can tell, guys, this must stop. This must stop. Let's educate our children for better future for those that are to come for even right now. That our brothers around me is 7 continents. You guys are one of the brothers. So it's only 6 brothers left. It's 7. You understand? So all the 7 brothers, my grandmother had 7 boys, who was it? It's my great grandma. She has 7 brothers. Yes, 7 brothers. So you see why I'm saying this. 7. It's 7 brothers. So 7 continents. And guess what happened? Don't be the brother that all your other brothers laugh at. Why? Because you are naked. You are naked. You have been stripped, booted down, rooted down. Everybody knows your draws. Don't be that brother. You understand? This is the time to say, okay, I put my hand together. I cannot go ahead and stand in front of the world and be and just continue a lifestyle like this. No. It's time for the world to it's time. It's time for us to say, okay, you know what? Yeah, this is not a good picture for those that are to come. Let's get a better, nicer, amazing, strong. Let's get a better picture, the better images for those that are to come. The way we have set our culture up is not. Why did the government system culture succeed so much? It's because it had money in there. Guys, if you don't, people always say, I'm going to disagree with you that it's not a culture. I said, no, you're lying because tell me, when did they start enforcing taxes? You said, well, they started enforcing taxes in when we got away from Great Britain, and then when we got away from Great Britain, we were able to. This is the history they tell the kids, and I'll be laughing. When we get away from Great Britain, and then the Great Britain people didn't want to pay our taxes, and they thought of our forefathers as slaves, and so I said, man, what is going on here? This is American history. Great Britain is thinking that we were slaves and Great Britain was this and Great Britain was, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. And then what happened? You guys didn't, we gain our freedom from the Great Britain. And I said, ah, okay, okay, okay. Because the Great Britain, yes, this is what is going on. So you sit there and you ask this question. You sit there and you ask this question. And that is, guys, his seven brothers. And don't be a brother who expose everything that the world look at you like, where did you go wrong? Don't be a brother that the world look at you like what you did is terrible. Don't be that brother where when you leave, nobody, everybody's like, nah, 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 nah. Meanwhile, you have a track record of good things that you have done so long, but nobody noticed it. But now you have allowed your arrogance to run over you, that you think you can just stand up there, you can stand anywhere and just pretend along and be go, 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 and then it's fun and gone. Because, sweetheart, whenever you as a this person, when you leave, guess what happened? When you're gone, when anything happened, when another person come into your seat, guess what they're gonna say? The one that was back there was terrible. No, I don't do that in my life. You every now you need to learn this lesson. Everywhere you go, any seat you sat on, you see, I wish I could they could let me bring my seat. They could let me bring my chair to the court because I just I wish they would let me bring my chair to the court. Let me put it that way so that I would just sit on my own chair because I'm like, no, the seats that I occupy, you understand? The seat that you occupy, when you leave that seat, let the next person that come and sit on that seat, right? Let them say, oh man, the person that was on this seat was great. I give it to him. I give it to her. Let your seat, let your seat, your chair speak good things in your life. Let your I'm telling you, let your chair, the place you've sat, the place you've lived, be even worship when you're not there. That's a living legend. Do you know that? That's a living legend. That when you go where you have lived, they have no other name but to put God over there. Let your name, whatever you represent, whatever you part of, when you leave that place, they said, man, that's a bow. Now take it. It's a wow factor. Because people bow down over there and say, that thing right there. You understand? So please, don't go put yourself. And the news media plays into this. How? This guy used to be a homeless guy and now he can really, really sing. Did you watch that show? There was a homeless guy who can really, really sing, but he's gone. Something wrong with his head. That's how they say it. The media plays into our intelligence. The media plays into our intelligence too. But see, everybody have a culture that we are all following because we have money within the culture. But don't you see what they are mistake they're doing is this. All the other cultures that are created, they all created their culture. It's an S mode going straight back to the government. You see how smart the government is? And why I'm telling you the government was only a culture because they didn't have all these things tied into it. Whenever they came to, they said they discovered this land, right? Let me give you let me not go there. Let me give you, it's a story. Let me tell you. Whenever they discovered this place, that's when they said, we want our freedom now from where? From Great Britain. Because what? They were part of that culture. They were part of that culture right there. But again, you tell them, how you going to tell me you discovered the place when people already living on there, and how you do that, and they have nothing to tell you. You see? So that, you see how they messed the word up? I said the words, I always tell you, words, the way they use words have is to bamboozle your intelligence if you really don't like to eat mental food. You understand? You roll around always thinking, well, this is what it says. Like, oh my God, when will you grow? Okay. So these things have been, even our children have been learning these things as they grow. Discovery means nobody found it. Let's change that word. So in your household, you tell your kids, no, let's change that word. It's only location, located. Okay? Because what happened? They relocated from where they were and they came. That's how the history said it. But at the back of the history, they twisted. You see how they're doing it? So when you go to, let me tell you guys, when you go to anybody's country, when you read the history and the history have a twitch in there, you say, oops, it's turn. It's turn. If the history's turn, I gotta be careful. Yeah. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. You understand? I'll be right back, guys. Let me end right here.